Hey guys, welcome to Glow Up Diaries podcast. Well, in this specifically podcast, we're gonna listen to Get to Know Your Skin by me, inspired from many books. So, yeah, we're just gonna start with the first chapter. Well, this podcast's purpose is for you guys to not watch but listen. Like, put your headphones and do anything you want, homework, cleaning. The first chapter of this podcast is dealing with skin concerns. So, we here are trying to know our skin better. What type is our face skin? And before we launch into the routines and wealth of information in this podcast, we will start with a really rough assessment of your skin. Asking ourselves, how do you classify your skin? Is it rough, oily, sensitive, or pigmented? These are some of the characteristics that will help you whittle down each routine will work best for you and your needs. I have come with a few general breakdowns and guidance for the most common skin concerns. You might find that you are a combination of few, or maybe you fall squarely into one category. Take a minute to get up close and personal with your skin and check in with what it needs from you. Let's start with dry skin. Dry skin has its unique challenges, including flakiness, tightness, irritation, inflammation, and redness. As you know, dry skin can cause physical discomfort, making you hyper-aware of your skin's texture. So when it comes to skincare, half the time it's about revealing those symptoms of discomfort. I get it. But let's take it a step further and talk about ingredient guidelines to help you face seasonal challenges. Like during the winter months, you will want to apply an extra layer of moisturizer or use a heavy cream to ensure that you don't lose moisture to harsh winds. You might want to moisturize more than once a day to keep up with the hydration needs of your skin. During the transitional seasons like fall and spring, you will need to take things day by day. I recommend checking the weather to see if your environment will be more windy or mild. When things heat up outside, you will have to connect with the air conditioner inside. While that can provide relief from the heat of the sun, they are also extremely dry to the skin. Don't skip that moisturizing step in the summer. Instead, you can apply a hydrating serum additional to a light serum. You will always have an option to moisturize. Now we're in the oily skin section. Oily skin can create a constant quest for a balance. It's more than just sweating a lot when doing physical activities. It's the feeling of a layer of greasiness on your skin, even in dry environments. To be clear, you absolutely need oil on your skin to keep it healthy, but just how much is hard to figure it out. Thankfully, these are some signs you can look to for guidelines like acne. Axis sebum creates the perfect environment for a bacteria to grow, thrive, and wreak havoc. Not all bacteria are bad, but P. acne, the bacterium most closely associated with acne, does find a happy home in an oily environment. So when you're thinking about managing oily skin, you can also need to think about balancing the production of oils and sebum on the face as a part of your blemish care. When managing oil, it helps to investigate the comedogenicity of a product's ingredients. A comedogenetic ingredient is that one is more likely to clog your pores, but it's not a zero-sum game. The scale of comedogenic oils is a very helpful tool for picking out the right products for your skin. which may be more acne prone in addition to being oily. A rating of 0 on the Comedogenicity Scale indicates an incredibly low probability, if any, that the skincare product will clog pores and leads to a breakdown, whereas a 5 is a breakdown guarantee and can be tolerated by even the driest of skin types. Guys, if you want to know the 5 things, you could just comment them for me. Let's go to the combination skin. There's no cut and dry rule for determining if you have a combination skin, even when we are clearly have just dry or oily skin. Most of us deal with more than just one skin issue, sometimes at the same time. In the case of a combination skin, we're talking about a situation where some areas of the face are usually dry and other areas are usually oily. One typical example is having a very oily T-zone but dry skin around the rest of the face. Product decisions tend to be a little more difficult when you're dealing with two types of skin textures, but paying close attention to the comedogenicity of a scale and making sure to moisturize even the T-zone is a good place to start. So you moisturize your whole face, but you intentionally focus on the dry places. So I could say you could buy like 2 moisturizers to 3 moisturizers and moisturize every part of your face differently. Now it's time for hyperpigmentation skin. Everyone is suitable to hyperpigmentation because we all produce a pigment called melanin. It's the same pigment that gives us our unique colors from light to dark skin. Our skin tone is a reflection of how much melanin our skin cells produce. It is most properly known for its good biological sunscreen quality that works by absorbing the UV rays. Melanin is also a great scavenger of free radicals that wreak havoc below the skin surface. We know that high melanin content a darker skin correlate with reduced signs of aging, lower rates of skin cancer, and increased photoprotection when compared to people with fair skin. But when it comes to hyperpigmentation, all of those benefits of melanin seem to wither away. In fact, hyperpigmentation is exacerbated by the sun exposure, and in some instances, hyperpigmented skin is an indication of melanoma. More often than not, you will experience hyperpigmentation from acne scars or some other minor scratches and blemishes. Regardless of your skin complexions, you can organize hyperpigmentation as dark and contorted areas on the skin. A beauty mark is another form of hyperpigmentation. These are two main methods for managing hyperpigmentation. The first is to prevent it from happening in the first place. That means taking care of your acne without popping pimples or exfoliating it too often and causing damage to the skin. It also requires that you apply sunscreen daily so that the scars left behind from a breakout don't become too concentrated by the sun rays. Exfoliating is the next approach. Once you already have dark spots, the pigmented is several layers deeper into your skin. In order to reduce the dark spot, you will have to systematically work through those layers as the cells reach the surface and flick off. If you don't use sunscreen, the UV rays will actually include the pigmented into a dive deeper into your skin. It can take up to 6 months to get rid of a dark spot. So you want to diligent about care. So maybe like exfoliating it, but with not a harsh exfoliator. And you could also use sunscreen. Finally, we have sensitive skincare. This is so hard and fast definition of what sensitive skin is, which makes it even harder to manage. The most commonly accepted understanding is that sensitive skin leads to itchiness, irritation, burning, and stinging when the skin is exposed to external factors like skincare products and cosmetics. Brands love to create sensitive skin lines to market to people who feel they have special needs. Ultimately, each of us has certain skin sensitivity with ingredients that we tolerate and others that we just don't. The benefit of sensitive skin products is that their formulation tends to contain less observers ingredients. But again, this can vary widely and it isn't always the case. I have seen alcohols used in sensitive skin products, and that is one of the most infamous culprits of causing irritation in people with sensitive skin. Like how a comedogenic ingredient is how complex a formulation is. Whether or not you can pronounce all of these ingredients, when it comes to avoiding extremely sensitivity, a less is more approach will almost certainly steer you in the right direction. There are a few factors that contribute to the sensitivity of the skin, but ultimately it comes down to the integrity of the skin barrier. Remember, this is a special top layer that keeps your skin hydrated by preventing water loss and protecting your skin from being penetrated by harmful chemicals and physical factors. And impaired skin barrier will increase the hyperactivity of your skin and its suspend reaction to products. You end up losing water and the integrity of the barrier is compromised. Your skin basically has an allergic reaction to the products you put on it. If you have sensitive skin, you will want to focus on building up the barrier by exfoliating less. Use gentle cleansing or cleansers, applying the right nutritions, moisturizing often, and using sunscreen. So remember guys, with the sensitive skin, you gotta be careful. You have to be careful, and if anything happens guys, for all type of skin, if anything happens that looks wrong, you always have to ask your dermatologist. And with that guys, we discovered all our skin types. I hope you find your skin types or your skin types, because some people have 2 or more skin types, and that's like fun to learn. Guys, with that, we just, completed the first chapter, not the first chapter, but the first podcast is knowing your skin type or knowing your skin. And in the second podcast, we're gonna determine what are our goals. Okay, we just knew our skin type. Now, what do you want your skin to be? Do you want it to glow? Do you want to remove acne? Do you want to remove the bumps? Do you want your face to look clear and pretty? You don't want your face to look dry, or I don't know what. Any goal, in the next podcast, we're gonna determine our goal. Any goal you want your skin to be. Well, this whole podcast was fun with you guys. We discovered our types and we're willing to have our own goals on the second podcast. And thank you guys for listening. By the way, This was inspired from a very beautiful book that I have. It's called Fresh Face Simple Routines for Beautiful Glowing Skin Every Single Day by Mendy Nyambi, I think. Yep. And illustrated by Miriam Vanisti. And with that, we finished our first podcast. So have a nice day. Always love your skin, and thank you for listening. Bye.